Earlier this year, Realme unwrapped its new budget smartphone series dubbed Narzo. The company then introduced the Narzo 10 lineup, which offers some top quality hardware for a reasonable price tag. Now, the successor to this series has been announced in the Indian market in the form of Narzo 20. The Realme Narzo 20 series has three models which include the Realme Narzo 20A and the Narzo 20 Pro besides the standard variant. The company has packed some upgraded hardware compared to the previous generation models and still kept the pricing on the lower end of the spectrum. The standard Narzo 20 is launched with features like a 48MP AI camera, MediaTek Helio G85 processor and a big 6000 mAh battery. In this video, we are doing a first impression of the handset and will be listing out the good, bad and the X factor of this device.
The Realme Narzo 20 is packed with a square-shaped triple-lens camera setup, which has a 48MP primary sensor with an f1.8 aperture. The main camera is paired up with an 8MP sensor which has an f2.25 aperture with 119° field of view and a macro sensor. The rear camera offers HDR, portrait, panorama, slow motion, time-lapse and ultra-macro shooting modes. It also has a dedicated night mode for low-light shots. The device gets an 8MP camera with an f2.2 aperture for selfies and video calls. The front camera also clicks images in HDR mode and clicks software-based bokeh effects. In our initial impressions, the camera seemed to do a good job overall. But we still need to test the imaging capabilities of this handset to its full potential. We will be giving a feedback in our detailed review of the Narzo 20 soon. The Realme Narzo 20 is packed with the 2GHz octa-core MediaTek Helio G85 processor which is based on 12nm architecture. The smartphone is launched with 4GB, 64GB and 6GB 128GB configuration. The device also has support for up to 256GB microSD card. What's worth mentioning here is the device ships with a dedicated microSD slot. This means you can use two SIM card and a microSD card simultaneously. The MediaTek's Helio G series is dedicated towards gaming and we have tested a few games initially and got a good gaming experience. However, we haven't tested it with prolonged and extensive gaming yet, but the initial impression indicates a lag-free performance. It remains to be seen if there are any heating issues in the future. The Realme Narzo 20 has a 6.5-inch display which is an IPS LCD panel. The device sports a water drop notch and delivers an HD plus resolution of 720x1600 pixels. It has an aspect ratio of 20:9. While the panel is big, it misses on a higher FHD resolution. The viewing experience on a high resolution panel would have been immersive. While the Narzo 20's display is good in terms of color production and viewing angles, we would have appreciated a higher resolution. The Realme Narzo 20 brings a new Victory design, where the rear panel has textured gradient surface that reflects different patterns with light falling on it. While the device looks appealing, the handset has slight bulk to it, making single-hand usage a hassle. But thanks to the matte texture, the grip is good, and the device doesn't slip away from the hands easily. The smartphone has both the volume and the power keys at the right panel. The USB Type-C port, 3.5mm headphone jack and a speaker grill are mounted at the bottom. The device gets a physical fingerprint scanner on the back for biometric authentication.
The biggest highlight of the Narzo 20 is its massive 6000 mAh battery unit. That's not it. The budget handset also comes with an 18W fast charging support. So you not only get a handset with a big battery that supposedly should last more than a day, but also faster charging speeds. We will be testing the battery backup and charging speeds in the coming days. Stay tuned with us for the detailed review of the Realme Narzo 20. So that's all for now. We will be keeping you posted with the latest happening around the tech industry. So make sure you like, share and subscribe to this boss YouTube channel. This is Sandeep signing off.